welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are reviewing Manchester City FC 3, Al-Hilal SFC 4, FIFA Club World Cup 2025, round of 16. Al-Hilal wins in extra time. It took them a while, but their goalkeeper stood on his head for the most part. I don't blame him on all three of the goals because I really don't. And then Man City, their defense sucks. Let's be real. Their offense is scary, but their defense sucks. They got to work on it. Man City is upset by Al-Hilal, the Saudi club, who did not have Salam Al-Dusri tonight. Their best player. Their best homegrown player. Of course, Neymar has left the club. They did not have Neymar. They did not have Mitrovic, one of their best players. Foreign players. As well, they did not have their best players. They had João Cancelo, they had Ruben Neves, they had Marcos Leonardo, but they didn't have their best players. Except Yassine Bono, of course, which that's what really mattered. But other than that, this was a weakened Al-Hilal side that beat Man City. Now, again, this is the weak Man City, but I thought, hey, during this tournament, it looked like they were back to who they were. And they still scored 3 goals. But in the end, Al-Hilal found a way to win. And good for them. Amazing win. This is a good night for the Saudi Pro League. For people who didn't understand why they were doing what they were doing, or didn't really have a good view of Saudi football, this is an amazing look for them. Amazing look. Goals were scored as follows. 9th minute, ball played in by Man City. Hits the hand of a Man City player before they take the shot. Shot is saved. Ball falls to Bernardo Silva. He slots home the rebound. 1-0. It shouldn't have stood because of that handball, but in the end, it still stands. They give it 1-0. At the half, it's 1-0. Nobody knew how crazy this game would get, but it certainly got crazy. Al-Hilal. Ball played in. Takes a shot. Ball falls for a rebound. Ends up in the air near Marcos Leonardo. Open net, heads it in. It goes in. They had no chance to save it. 1-1, 46th minute, just after halftime. Al-Hilal ties it up. Minutes later, João Cancelo jumps the path of the ball, puts on a lobbed pass to Malcolm. Malcolm burns down the pitch and runs all the way into the box for Man City. Slots the ball home from a far angle into the far post, a crazy angle to the far post, past Ederson, 1-2. Al-Hilal have the lead. Ball crossed in off a corner. Erling Haaland has the header. It comes down. It falls back in front of him. You can't give him that space. He taps it in past Bono, 2-2. Full time, it ends up 2-2. Al-Hilal had one last shot at the end there. They don't put it in, goes out for a corner, nothing happens there. We go to extra time. And how crazy was that? 94th minute, Ruben Neves corner, crosses it in. Kalidou Koulibaly rises, bangs home the header, 2-3. Al-Hilal has the lead again. 10 minutes later, Phil Foden, ball played over the top, falls to Foden. He side foots it into the opposite side of the net. Goal, 3-3, tied up. Halftime of extra time, 3-3. Will there be a goal to end it, or will we go to penalties? Marcos Leonardo says, let's end it. Let's end it. Let's get the win. Marcos Leonardo, ball falls down on the rebound in front, and he taps it in. Ball falls down on the rebound. A save. And it falls to him and he taps it in. 122, 3-4. Marcos Leonardo gets the winning goal. And probably one of the most ugliest winning goals of all time. But in the end, it stands after extra time, 3-4. Al-Hilal wins the match and they advance to play Fluminense. We will not have a 2023 FIFA Club World Cup final rematch. Fluminense advance an upset. And Al-Hilal did the same. And we have a game where the winner, we will have a Brazilian team or Asian team, a Saudi team, in the semifinal, playing possibly either Chelsea or Fluminense. We could have an all-Brazilian semifinal. We could have a Chelsea semifinal where now the brackets open up to a point where they can make the final and nobody questions it. Of course, they got to get their part of the job done, but we will find that out as we go. But Man City loses to Al-Hilal. And their defense, my God, the mistakes on both ends. On each goal, it seemed like somebody screwed up, and not the goalie. Defensively, honestly, on both sides, all of these were bad mistakes. Honestly, besides the Cancelo heave up to Malcolm, all these were absolutely shitty goals to allow, if I'm being realistic. And that's the best word I could pick, but it's almost midnight, so who cares? You know, it's bad. They all were bad. And not on the goalie, it was on the defense. All of them were, but Al-Hilal had the wherewithal to finish. They could have been a team where they're getting the chances, but they don't have the wherewithal to finish. But they did, and they won. Full-time stats are as follows. 30 shots to 17, 14 shots on goal to 6, 69% possession to 31% possession, 827 passes to 374, 92% pass accuracy to 84% pass accuracy, 17 fouls to 7, 0 offside to 2, 3 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 19 corners to 4. And Al-Hilal have beaten Man City. Anybody had any thought that this would happen. Nobody. Not me, not you, not your mother, not Google AI, not ChatGPT, nobody, not a soul thought that this would happen. And Man City have gone down to Al-Hilal. And you know what? I think, personally, it's a beautiful thing. This shows that the football played in these countries, UEFA's not the big dog. They may be the biggest dog, but they're not the only big dog on the yard. It's not the size of the fight. Well, it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. That's what this tournament said. Hell, the Gold Cup too. Yeah, I'm still not happy about yesterday, but whatever. Either way, this is a positive upset. I'm much more happy about this one. I guess just today in general. But with that being said, when it comes down to it, Man City got what they deserved. They played with their food, and they got bit. They got bit. Pep Guardiola's defense was so bad tonight. And they've had their weaknesses. And Al-Hilal showed them to the world to the point where it doesn't matter if they did. Well, maybe for the Prem season, but doesn't matter if they did. They showed them and won. You love to see it. Al-Hilal did the job they were supposed to do when it came to this football match. Win. Well, I wouldn't say supposed to do, but that's what they came to do, was win. And they won over Manchester City. Pep Guardiola has been embarrassed. This is his season where every tournament he has not came out with one trophy. One trophy. Trophyless. Trophyless season. No FA Cup, no Carabao Cup, no Champions League, no Premier League. Couldn't go to the Intercontinental Cup. No Club World Cup. Man City, trophyless. 24-25. Never thought we'd see the day. And if the Shield, well, the Shield doesn't count, who cares? With that being said, Man City just got humbled. And it's a year of humbling for them, but they just got humbled. Humbled. Al-Hilal came to play, and they capitalized on the mistakes that City gave them to capitalize on. Even though you could sit here and say, well, but Man City had mistakes to capitalize on. Sure, but Al-Hilal had more. And Al-Hilal wanted this game more than anything. Whether it was the $5 million to beat Man City, the bonus they get under the table or wherever they're doing it. Well, they said they would do it. $5 million for beating them, or if it's just because they wanted to win. They won. All the respect in the world to how Al-Hilal played tonight without some of their biggest players. where they had left before, where they've been hurt and trying to leave, or they just got hurt. They got the job done. They stepped up and showed that they were meant to be here. And they're in a quarterfinal with a very realistic probability of a semifinal of the Club World Cup. Who would have thought that? The one Asian team left. There you go. Yeah, I know it's a Saudi Pro League, but, you know, it is what it is. With that being said, man of the match for me is Yassine Bono. Kept Al-Hilal in it, didn't make the mistakes on goal that led to the goals. He did not make the mistakes. It just went past him. I still think he's the man of the match. If he didn't have the performance he did, especially the first half, they would not have won this game. He had a really good performance. Really good performance, even if he allowed 3 goals. It's one of those games where you can't really blame the goalie, and he still allowed less goals than the other one. This is kind of hockey style. It's like, he saved 27 on 30, right? Or something like that. The other goalie saved 26 on 30 on 30. Who's the better goalie, right? But Marcos Leonardo has an answer, I would say, but for me, it's Yassine Bono. Marcos Leonardo's heroics don't happen if Yassine Bono wasn't on fire tonight. So, with that being said, there you go. Al-Hilal deserve this. What a game. What an absolute game. Game to play, and they stepped up and knocked out Man City. With that being said, a thank you to Dylan for 7 new gifted members on this channel. All your names are in the description. You know, it's happy to see you here. Hopefully you like being a Dynasty star for a month. And if you like it, stay, hopefully. But thank you to Dylan for the 7 gifted members. Your name's in the description. Happy to have you here. Enjoy month ahead tomorrow, because that's what we're putting out. And also all the other members-only videos, because it seems like you could watch them all if you get a gifted membership. So, yeah, there you go. Dylan is a saint. We love him here. Amazing. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow. Of course, my Dynasty stars for month ahead for July. And everybody else, I'll see you live for Real Madrid versus Juventus and Borussia Dortmund versus Monterrey. Review for Borussia Dortmund versus Monterrey. We'll be back Wednesday for the Gold Cup semifinals. And, of course, the Club World Cup round of 16 quarterfinals predictions. Round of 16 recap, quarterfinal predictions. And I'll see you Thursday for TFC versus NYCFC. NYCFC versus TFC. But, there you go. 2 more Club World Cup games for the round of 16 tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. With that being said, congratulations to Al-Hilal. Commiserations to Man City. Blimey. We're out, says the Man City fan. Blimey. Blimey. We couldn't get them. But, commiserations. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See you later.